Hello, friends. Tiana Smith here with TianaSmithCoaching.com. And happy Monday if you're watching this live. If you want to put live or replay in the comments, if you are live on Facebook or YouTube where I'm live streaming. And today I'm going to, in a very islandy way, I've got like my palms and my hat. Like I just eat a Cuban cigar. Sounds great. We're going to live our dream, good vibes only. So put in the comments where you're tuning in from. I'm so happy to be here with you. And today I'm going to be talking about how do you self-audit your own website or social media. I have a checklist I'm going to go through today, and anybody who wants the checklist can actually say checklist in the comments and I will send it over to you. I also do offer free reviews. So I'm going to walk you through though, how do you self-audit this and what are we looking for in my team, like when we're doing reviews for other companies and other brands. And then also, this is the same kind of checklist that we use to set up people's websites, right? To make sure that their website, their social media is really elevated and then attracting their ideal clients. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen and a checklist with you. I'm just going to share the entire screen because I think it's easier. So you can put a number 2 in the comments if you can see me and hear me and see my screen. So to kind of walk you through this website and social media audit checklist, this is like really important. It's not every single list of things. If I was going to go through every single list of things just to show you how inclusive and how like detailed a list of things would be if I went to my paid offers here, my other checklist, it's frozen. It's like not opening. Okay, so let's come back here and hopefully that will work. So I have a whole thing for every single funnel I build, but for a website, for the basics of Facebook and Instagram, these are the checklists we go through. So the first thing is like consistent logo, consistent fonts, consistent color. Let's just start with that many, right? Like, so I'm going to come over here to my website and I can show some other people's websites I like as well. But let's start here with my website. So Tiana Smith, right? So there's consistent colors, consistent fonts, and no matter where you find me, it's like it's not going to change. One of the biggest common problems I see when I'm reviewing websites is inconsistent branding. And the reason that that is so extremely important is because that's your first look at what you do. And if you don't have that picture of you going on, if you don't have a button above the fold, which is also here on this checklist, is there an image of the coach owner on the hero image? The hero image means that first image, right? This first image, a button above the fold, meaning we don't have to scroll to sign up on your email list. So on my website, I've got a header one. So right here, immediately you can sign up on a whole different free download and list right here. But also we've got a contact, and then right here on the hero image is a chat bar, which also gets them into my email list, as well as they actually can sign up to get onto some of my free business checklists. So it's like boom, 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 at least one though, right? So that's one of the most common areas. So back to the checklist, is there clear messaging as to what you do on the first fold? So for example, it can look a number of ways. I'm going to open up a few different people's websites that I really like the look of. And let's go to Jenna Kuchar. So here's a few websites I personally like. So essentially, she's going to say essentially, I'm a podcaster, author, digital marketer, speaker, educator, really. And then like stories, I've got a good one. So this goes to her about page, but she doesn't have to have it go to her opt-in because she has an opt-in here. So you just need to make sure that on the first fold, you've got an opt-in. Another person I really like is Kat Kilroy. She's so cool. I love her stuff on Instagram. Her website's okay. It's not my favorite, but it gets the job done. And her Instagram makeover website is bomb this is her one offer. Offer meaning the thing she sells. And essentially she does a free mini course of what's inside. She gives the options. It's kind of got this spicy thing where like it's high tech, but it's also like old school with pencils. And I think it's super fun. It's mostly women in the course. And she's got probably 17,000 people buying this $397 offer. So she's made multiple millions through one offer. And this is the power of good branding, of messaging, of saying, this is my one thing. Here's about Kat. Now, one thing she doesn't have going on that I think would be great is if she made this here. But see, it still goes before you scroll, this happens. So here is her getting the opt-in, which this is a webinar, like an automated webinar opt-in. And this works for her. I would suggest if I was reviewing her stuff, she would also have a download because sometimes people aren't ready or in a place to watch a webinar or even an automated webinar. So that's one of those things. Okay. So coming back over here, is there clear messaging as to what you do? So again, you need to make sure on this first part that what do you do and give it like 3 main points, right? So she helps people make your business magnetic to the right people. She does that through Instagram. Jenna Kuchar does a lot of different things. Mainly, she does teach Pinterest. So her main offer up here is Pinterest marketing. So this is a lot of marketers, right? I'm sure if we went to like Marie Forleo right now, and the reason I'm going to places I like, she actually just rebranded. So she does B School, right? This once a year thing. I think it's open. They just rebranded all of this, and so but her font. This is her fonts here. These photos. See how all the buttons are the same color? That's another thing that people don't always realize is like your buttons all need to be the same colors. Sometimes they're going to differentiate, but see, this is her logo like here. Another thing that people miss out on is nice pictures. So are all the images branded luxe and the filters matching? Does it look congruent? So if again, we use all these as examples, I actually take a number of mine on the go, but I run all my pictures that I even take myself or somebody stood away from me, a friend took that picture for me. This is a selfie. I run it all through Lightroom. So if we come up here to like my Lightroom, even ones of like my kids or things like that, I'm running it through and I bought a specialized filter and then I actually have to take the time. But then every single photo starts to look like super elevated, right? So even if it's just like when you're taking on your phone, isn't this gorgeous? Makes me miss Paris so much. It's all elevated. So when you come through my website, so this is a photo shoot I did with a friend a couple years ago. And even though it was done by a pro photographer, I still ran everything through the same filter when I redid my website this last year so that everything looks congruent. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. Same thing here. She's got great photos. They're run through the same filter. She teaches this approach as well through her Instagram course as you keep going, right? So, and of course, Jenna, I mean, she's known for her pro photos. She gets those photos done like all the time. I don't even know how she keeps up with it. It's pretty, and then even video, right? And so everything is always, the fonts are the same, the colors are the same. Everybody, you need to realize you're in competition with the world. And that means that somebody could go to this person's website as well as yours. So again, keeping the fonts, the colors, the offerings all consistent, and it makes all the difference in the world. If I come back over here, is the contact page clear and is the form working? Oh my goodness, I can't believe how many websites I go to that there's not a clear contact page. I'll give it to you. I'll overdo it probably. So I have this one here. This is done through my Go High Level 7-figure club program there. If you go to my contact page, I also have a very clear like form. Now, if somebody wants to apply to work with me, it's a whole different other thing. So this is more like when you're doing application funnel. And this would be like, okay, click to apply. They still have to put their name. I'll show you what it looks like. So when I do reviews for people, like landing pages are different than sales pages and websites are different than sales pages and social media. And each of them has their own checklist, right? So the checklist I'm giving you is the 3 most common areas that I see people needing help. And that's website, Facebook, and Instagram. So we're going to keep going through that. The other thing you need on your website is there an offers page that shares links on how to buy from you? So let's go check it out. So Kat's got hers. It's an Instagram makeover, right? Jenna Kuchar does a great job on this. This was on her homepage of her website, but if you go here, you can learn more. And then each of her offers has its own sales page, okay? So this one is only $59. This is a low ticket offer. Looks like it's not working or my computer is frozen because, okay, it's just frozen. So this would be, I'm ready for the payment plan. That was smart. They said it was only $59, but it was like a 4-pay. And then it goes to a checkout page, okay? And then it has an upsell. Super smart. Lots of cool things I could break down here from a business perspective. It's fantastic. She's got her logo and she's got an email. Again, super important to have contact info. So if somebody has a question that somebody could get in touch with them. And again, Everything she's doing is branded. Here's another side note here. When you launch a course or an offering, each offering needs its own logo. So Jenna Kuchar is her name here. This is the logo, but the Content Lab has its own logo here, right? If we come back here and we go to Pinterest Lab, that's a separate thing. She's doing a free masterclass with this as well. This is similar to the Kat Corroy thing, right? So just a moment, because when I'm screen sharing, it's going a little slow. I just want to also make sure that I'm screen sharing. Okay, looks like I'm still screen sharing. Number 2 in the comments, if you can see me, hear me, and see my screen would be fantastic. Okay, so coming back over here to Jenna Kuchar, you can see all that. If I go to courses by Marie Forleo, that's her offer. You can do B School, the Copy Cure, Time Genius. So if I click on any one of these, well, she's got a wait list because she doesn't keep it open all the time. So that's pretty smart. And then so you can put your name and email in. What this does is it creates urgency in business, right? So notice though that each of them have their own vibe. That's branding. This is blues and these color yellows. It's this font. Do you see this? Are you guys starting to see this? Say number 1. Jen is doing the oranges, the creams, the coral colors. I do, let's come back to me. I do more of a light rose. I do white and black, and I let the pictures kind of do their thing, right? That's what I like to do personally. I also do a light blue because I have a lot of ocean things since part of my time I spend living in California. So I'm like the California, European world traveler vibe. It's a little bit laptop lifestyle. Kat Corroy, she does like really just the grays and whites, and that's kind of her branding. And she does some light blues. So each of these ladies does their own thing, and that's where you get to be unique to yourself with your branding. But it's just really, really important to have a checklist to go through things. And let's talk for just a brief moment. I don't want to go on and on about this, but let's talk about Facebook and Instagram and how this all goes together. So no matter where somebody finds your brand, it is all branded. It is clear what your offering is. It is clear how to sign up on your email list. That matters. So let's come back to the checklist and take it through this. Facebook profile is, and that's the same for Facebook and Instagram. Is it consistent with Facebook is what I'm saying. And the reason being, I'm going to use these other ladies as examples because I like to use my own. I will use my own, but I think it's important to also see others. So let's go to mine first. And, since I have a Meta verified account, you can't always change like your image. It has to be consistent. So you can see here, I'm still using these fonts. I also have my 7-Figure Club logo, one of my offerings here. It's pinks and whites. I'm playing with the blacks. I usually use the red for the title and then just black and white text. You can see that it's those consistent colors. So the pinks, creams, whites, blacks, and a little pops of blue, and using photos, right? If we go to Kat Corroy to match her brand, let's go check it out. I love her stuff so much. She's one of my favorite people. I think she just gives such great advice. So do you see, this is her Instagram. There's her picture. She's got that tealish blue, and notice it matches her. Like everything is completely consistent. And this is why this is so important. Your logo is everywhere. We know that like her colors of even the YouTube buttons are the same as behind here, right? This is fantastic. So when I'm reviewing other people's site, I'm looking, is your brand consistent? That's the first part. And I honestly think it's just laziness or a lack of talent or knowing. And that's where I'm coming here to educate you, to say, if you don't know how to do this yourself, you've got to get with someone who does, because we're all getting judged by this. I actually want to redo my little icons today. Note to self on my account. I love just geometric patterns like this. I love that. I think it's fantastic. I think I'm going to do that myself in my colors, right? So you can take people's ideas, make it your own, don't copy. Let's go to Jenna. So Jenna's website looks like this. Now let's go over to Jenna Kuchar and let's see if it's branded. The girl's a branding queen. She's always on point. So I like to show her stuff too, because it's on point. And quite frankly, like, you don't have to be a big fan of someone's work. Like, honestly, it like her stuff has never been my jam, except I've seen her live. She says great tips, and I think she empowers so many people. And I have taken some Pinterest stuff from her, and she definitely knows what she's doing. But even if somebody's not like the person you follow, if you look at their stuff, so you see she's got all these icons. They probably just added a new one here. They'll change that little shape. All her stuff is still the same. So she's not as like devoted to the Instagram feed looking a certain way like Kat, but it's still run through filters and it's branded. the thing though that she's going to be able to get away with that you probably can't is she's more famous than you. So you do need to keep in mind, like, she has a million followers. Like Kat Cobroy over here has 170,000 followers. But when you come here, do you see the difference? Like, her brand here is much stronger than Jenna's. And we'll do one more. We'll go to Marie Forleo. I'm pretty sure hers is not as branded either. She's super famous in the industry. So 831K followers. And so her stuff is still like, it looks like her, it's still fun, it's still forward. If I was doing her brand kit, I would really make it match this vibe and make it all like super matchy and like this pinks and those blues and this pop of that color. I think that would be cool. But I will tell you, it's actually hard to find people who will do all that work for you, and they're very expensive. One post a week for a lot of people, or one post a day, not even a video, you're going to pay 2,500 a month. And this is what I teach my clients how to do yourself. So I've been the hired person. I am at a high level for just a couple clients at one time. Most of my time is spent educating, courses, group coaching, doing content creation like this. And then I have a couple high level clients who pay me $60,000 and for a few months at a time to get them an ROI, like to quadruple their ROI, right? To 10x their ROI. In fact, my 60K package, I can help people hit 1 million very easily. So the thing is that with branding, you are in competition with everyone. If you can just write that in the comments, you're just in competition with everyone for attention. So let's come to Facebook, end this out with Facebook profile. I'm going to say profile because a lot of you are sitting on a mountain of money and leads just from this. So let's close this out. On your Facebook profile, similar to the checklist, right, is the up close and smiling, is your Facebook header sharing what you do. Please pretend like nobody knows what you do. And that's how you should make your Facebook header. I have a couple different ways I do this. If you click on my Facebook header, the other nice thing you can do is you can add links over here to make sure that all these calls to action are always here. I've also done it where it's got my like a biz planning party or my 7-figure club. It depends what I'm promoting at the time. So let's go back there. And then down here would be like making sure that this link here is working. This intro is really important, especially because you can have a hyperlink. What you want it to go to is your email list, like your highest converting list building. You want list building, list building, list building. Same thing over here on your Instagram. You want a list building funnel because at all times, every day and every night while you're asleep or awake, you need to be growing that email list. Please put email list in the comments, okay? So important. So coming back over here, making sure that this is all branded, simplified. This is what I mean about those featured images. I know not everybody gets access to that because you have to have a professional one. So this is very similar to these up here. And so, see, you can do it different styles. Marie's done it more like super fun, funky. She's a dancer from New York. That's her jam. Let's see, Kat's doing it more like this style. I personally prefer that. I like simple. And then Jenna Kuchar, let's go see what Jenna was doing with that. I think hers were all her similar orangey branding as well. So as you can see, the reason I really like to draw out all these pieces and give you a couple examples of other people doing it right is because it all goes together. If your website looks great, but your Facebook and Instagram don't match it, and especially if you're not already famous like these ladies, you're not going to make the money, my friend. You're not. You got to be posting daily. Are you posting reels and videos? Is your content on point? Is it talking straight to your ICA? Are there call to action posts? So the thing is, we do offer, you can actually, I'll give you a moment. You can screenshot this. You can scan that. You can book a call with me. Here's my WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp me, text me right there. That is my business line directly to me and my team. Here's my email. Ta-da, look, it'll email me. I can email myself. And there's my website. We have a few different ways to work together. There's my 100K in 100-day biz boot camp, which is essentially, I'm going to show you how to make 100K in 100 days. And really, that's always what I want. I want to help people have momentum to not take so long to do things, because when you get your offer together and when you get your branding together and you get your marketing together, this is 100% attainable organically, actually. To get to 7 figures, you're going to need ads. Not everybody. I've actually met some people who haven't. I've hit multi 6 figures without ads, but I'm scaling to 7 and we are utilizing ads. Not a ton of ad spend, but utilizing it. 7-figure club is my mastermind level, but at about a quarter of the cost that other people charge, because I really want to help 1,000 entrepreneurs hit six figures this year. And so I'm offering this at a special price point just now through the end of February. So if you want to message me now, I have 60-minute fast action. You want to get a handle on things, you want to see what it's a little bit like to work with me. That's about $1,500 for an hour. And I have courses in home study. I've got my sold out course that takes you through a lot of bits of this. How do you redo your Facebook? How do you do your Instagram? How do you turn a like and a comment into a sale, right? And so if you go through this, anyone who wants this checklist, type checklist in the comments. I will send this to you. I'll ask you for your email and I'm going to ask you about your goals and I will give this to you for free. And if you actually want a custom review of one thing of your Instagram or of your website or of a landing page, I do give a free Loom review. And I really ask you that you are in a place to potentially invest if this is something that you think that could help you. This is a real screenshot of my inbox. When I searched Stripe, all these things came up of automated payments, monthly payments, and it's really exciting to have that. And will you be my next success story? I would love you to be in our seven-figure club. I would love to be celebrating with you. Where I'm going to host an event this year in Dallas, Texas, and we're going to put it probably next to a Go High Level event. So you can come out here, come to my office here, and we can celebrate together. But even before a live event, let's get you up and running ASAP. Do you want these automated sales? I'm not talking to hobbyists. I'm talking to people who are like done with guessing and you're ready for these beautiful funnels, the email marketing, the branding, so that you really can hold yourself the way these other people do. They have these funnels in place. This is how it's done. I've been on the back end of these systems and I would love to help you get it up and running. So I've got two different price points depending on what your goals are, depending on how much time versus money you have. So you can comment free consult if you'd like that information, and comment checklist if you want this checklist that I walked through today, completely free, my gift to you. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. I am Tiana with TianaSmithCoaching.com. Happy week, happy end of February if you're watching this live, and make it a great March. Let's march into miracles. End this month strong. Go kill it and see you soon.